All right. Would you guys like to have a brainstorming session with me? I mean, I love brainstorming sessions. You know, the thing that I've always talked about in a brainstorming sessions, there's no bad ideas. You never want to bring up you never want to say to anybody in a brainstorming session, oh, that's a terrible idea, because it shuts down it causes their flower to wilt. Yeah, especially today, that would be true. All right, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the CyberCab. See, I'm getting it right now every time I think CyberCab, CyberCab, CyberCab. Okay, the CyberCab, this is the unit that will be the specifically produced uh, automobile that will not have a steering wheel, will not have any kind of gas, I mean, a pedal, brake pedals or acceleration pedals. There's a lot of conversation. A lot of people have talked about various aspects. Love to hear your ideas down. Like, really comment on this one, because I'd like to do a follow-up where we talk about the stuff that you add to it in this brainstorming session. So let's just talk about some of the stuff that is being talked about. One is the general configuration. Will it be a two-passenger? I mean, Warren Redlick wanted to do a one-passenger. I think he's given up on that. It could be a two-passenger, could be just a standard 4-5 kind of thing with two in the front and 2 to 3 in the back. Could be a larger vehicle, kind of a van type thing, so that it could be easily maybe 6 to 8 people could go in there. So what kind of configuration? What will be the general shape look? Then the number two things people talk about, the material, stainless steel, like the Cyber truck, since Elon is now calling it the Cyber cab. Other people have said plastic. Some people have said it could be paint, painted metal, painted steel, like we have in most cars. And of course, most cars are some combination of steel and plastic. Maybe it'll be some combination of stainless and plastic and steel, regular steel. I don't know, but those are some of the considerations, some things that people are talking about. Then the next thing would be, how will people communicate? Will they communicate through their app? Will they communicate? I mean, assuming that they need something done, something is going wrong, they need some kind of help. The car is stuck, or there's an accident or something. So will that communication be through the infotainment center, or will it be through your app? How will that work? Will there be somebody like instantly on? How's all that going to work as well? Okay, then, people have talked a little bit about the configuration of the interior. So it could be facing a car's, one facing the other way. It could be, you could have a swivel chair, kind of a captain's chair that would go round and round. And so you can decide which way you want to face. You could have, ways of potentially having a table, some kind of a table that you could set up between you and another passenger, or between all four if it seats 4. So there's all kinds of those kind of configurations that have been talked about. So those are the things that have been talked about. Now I want to talk about the things that I don't think anybody has talked about. So let's start with, okay, let me set the table just a little bit more here. I'm a product guy. Okay, in case you haven't heard me say that before, but I know it's been a few months since I've mentioned the fact I am a product guy. I love product. I love developing products, creating products, inventing completely new ways of doing products. And so I look at this as a product and I'm saying, okay, let's say that there is competition. Well, there already is competition. You've got at least a half a dozen companies in China that are putting cars on the road. You got at least 2 in the United States that are still putting some cars on the roads. You've got other people that are talking about it. So there's going to be competition, and Elon wants competition. He's going to help people. Hopefully, people are going to license the FSD, and they'll be able to put cabs out there as well. And so we could have a lot of competition. Well, okay, there could be competition among and between, or new folks coming along. So if there's competition, anybody, Kathy Wood, everybody else, all they talk about is price. Oh, Uber is going to be at 250. And so if Tesla's at 225, then, people will go the 225 route. And I said one day, gosh, they could go higher than Uber, because you don't have to be dealing with the driver. You don't have to have somebody that you have to chat up or not chat up or be concerned about, or tip. That was actually not, I wasn't the first one to say that. I think it might have been think of in Bradford Ferguson who said, yeah, you wanted to tip them. There's a savings right there. So, you know, there's a bunch of stuff going on there right away that is not necessarily just about price. It's about the environment that you're going to be in. And that environment, if you don't have a driver, not only are you not going to have somebody that you might have to chat up or not chat up, you're also going to have somebody who is not going to turn on a radio program that you don't like. They're not going to have to worry about any of that. So what is a radio program? Usually it's music, you know. You're not going to have to worry about the cleanliness. Well, maybe you will. That is another issue. Let's talk about some of more of the things that I see that would be true of the car. So let's start with interior. If you want to encourage people to use your car, all right, Uber drivers and stuff, they get trained and they can go on YouTube and find all these ways, like having water bottles, you know, in the car for free, having you know, information about things in the car. Anyway, but you know, I got in some cars up in Canada where basically there was drivers who were proselytizing me about their Muslim religion. And I didn't think those were the kinds of things I wanted to see in the car. So interior, let's start with the interior. If you wanted to make a difference and you want people to use yours, when I say yours, I mean Tesla versus Baidu or anybody else, what would be the first thing you might think of? And the first thing that came to my mind was interior appointments. So I mentioned a minute ago, you could have cars facing, seats facing one another. They could be captain's chairs, really, really comfortable. The captain's chairs could have a vibration unit in them. Maybe you have to stick a quarter in to make it work. Maybe you don't. Maybe you can get it to vibrate all by yourself without any kind of additional coin in order to do that. It might be able to have a footrest come out and give you that kind of comfort. It might have air conditioned and heated seats. I mean, so many different things that can be done with the chair itself, and then other interior appointments inside the car could also be luxurious or interesting or cool or helpful in some ways. Things like the strap to get yourself in and out of the car, etc. Okay, number two, most obvious, I think, would be the entertainment center. And so the more things that you get into that entertainment screen, the better. The more movies, the more music, the more games, the more directions and local things to go see. Even good ads that might be appropriate for you because your information would be in there already. They know about you when you get in the car. So there could be all kinds of things in the entertainment center that could be done that would be better than the other guy's entertainment center. Then the next one would be similar but related but different, and that would be the infotainment aspect. So, of course, you've heard me say I think Grok should be in every car. I think it should be able to decide the personality. So you could, again, in your app, you can say, this is the kind of personality that I want when I get into one of these rented robocabs. So you'd always have your same Grok coming along with you wherever you are. And then when you're in the car, you could ask Grok, where's the best steakhouse, in the area? We want to go see this particular thing. Is there any special thing we should know before we go there in terms of where the lines are or where the lines aren't? Or, like in the old days, I don't know, down in Disney World, you really had to get there early to get a reservation for the restaurants in Disney World. Things like that. Okay, so that would be the infotainment part of it. Number four, in my opinion, I think would be on-time service. So this would be a huge differentiator. It's certainly something that Uber and Lyft and others work on very, very hard. But I just did a bunch of Uber around the eastern, southern Canada and northeast United States. And, we had sometimes when we had to wait 6, 7, 8 minutes, which is not horrible. Other times the Uber was there or the Lyft was there in 2 or 3 minutes. So getting it set up in such a way as you get like really fast service, that would be something that I think people would pay extra for, is if they knew that the service was going to be on time. The next one would be similar. Number 5 would be reliability in general. Okay, so you're going to want to know that it's going to come, period. It's going to work. It's not going to break down. There's not going to be, any kind of issues with the vehicle in terms of paying or, hopefully that's all set up in your app. So you don't even have to think about it, just like you do now with charging. But other companies might not have that convenient app set up, may not already have your billing information. You might have to, swipe your card or something anyway, but any kind of reliability issues would be critical. And related to that, of course, would be cleanliness, including the smell, the look, everything, interior, the outside of the car, even being clean. That is going to be important. It's going to be something that everybody's going to be interested in, and it's going to be a differentiator. Okay, how about options? So you'd like to have options. Now, at first, I don't think there's going to be many, but there will be opportunities for people to come in with niches. But if I'm Tesla, I'm going to want to come up with options really fast. So larger vehicles, vehicles able to handle luggage, lots of luggage, maybe vehicles able to handle sporting goods equipment like skis. So how do you do all of that? And make sure wheelchair capabilities. So using the suspension that they've got on, like similar to the Cybertruck, you might be able to have the car lowered down to curb level, maybe have a little ramp that comes out and a wheelchair could just come right on in. Things like that. I think those kind of clever ideas will be helpful. Again, you want to give the whole package. You want to be able to serve everybody and really be a step ahead. Then those are the kind of things you want to get right away. Number 7 on my list is that such add-ons like baby seats. That would be something, maybe that's in the trunk, maybe it pops right up out of the seat. You just reverse one of the seats and you got the baby seat, or maybe it comes out of the floor and comes down for the, I don't know, maybe out of the back. But yeah, having the ability to do baby seats of different sizes, would be a very cool element. I mean, if you're going to have captain's chairs that face each other, you've got to have some way to accommodate kids that are under the appropriate weight levels that are determined for these vehicles, that they can be strapped in correctly. Now, possibly it's all part of the captain's chair, and there are ways to rejigger it in order to make it work. And that would be even better than having things pop out of various places. I think this is number 8 on the list, ride comfort. Everything from the suspension to the fact that it will drive like a professional chauffeur. I don't think you have to worry about the modes anymore. I mean, sure, maybe you can tell it, hey, I'm in a hurry. And so maybe it's going to go 5 miles over the speed limit. I think most people are just going to be chill. People are just going to get in the car and just kind of, you don't ever tell the airline pilot to speed up. You never get in the elevator and tell the elevator, please go faster, I'm in a hurry. So I think in the cars, I'm not sure it'll be a big issue. We'll see. All right. But so ride comfort of all kinds is going to be, again, a potential differentiator. Then you get down to cost. That's number 9. Oh, maybe that's number 10. I lost track. I'm sorry. Cost is going to be, of course, it's going to be an issue. And so we'll see how that works out. And then finally, my last one is, just like the Uber driver, you've got a frunk. You can make that frunk, refrigerated. And so now when you get there, you could potentially get into the frunk and get, a bottle of cold water, or maybe there would even be the opportunity to purchase drinks. I don't mean mixed drinks. I think it's going maybe a step too far, but maybe there would be sodas and things. I don't know, but there's all kinds of potential for folks to be able to make their ride even more pleasant by having potentially maybe some vending opportunities in the car. All right, that's all I've got. Now I'm turning to you. What have you got? And put it down in the comments below. Let's get a whole bunch of very cool things added to the list. And then if I've got enough cool things, I'll do another show on the subject, and we'll add to this list. So, and if you thought I was just out of my mind, ridiculous, and you think none of this makes any sense, let me know that too. So I have no idea when you're going to see this show. It might be on Sunday, probably going to be on Sunday. So don't forget to come tonight As every Sunday night, of course, we have Monday morning where we talk about all the stuff that's coming up this week. And I can tell you already, I'll give you a teaser on that one. This is no, wait, this is not jobs week. This is PCE week. Yes. So we got the PCE later this week. And of course, that's always entertaining. So watch tomorrow night, watch Monday morning tomorrow night. And yeah, there might also be a Brian Wong video today. Might have already had it. If there was a Brian Wong video earlier today, there's the card. If it hasn't already come out, then there is no card there. How's that? All right, that's all I got for you right now. Oh, join Patreon. Join Patreon right now. Go down right now. This is a perfect time. Go join Patreon. $3 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. All right down in the description. All right. Thanks so much for watching. It's been great talking to you.